fellas, yeah, we hitting the scene. Dad and Michael on the mic, the dream team. Afterthoughts, yeah, the crown on the beam. Scales on scales, it's the RC regime. 110 crawling through the rugged terrain. Mud on the tires, ain't no stopping the game.
Welcome back, everyone. Michael with RC Crawling and Dad's Micro RC Garage. We're here for Afterthoughts RC. It's been a couple weeks since we have been live, and we're happy to be back with you all. Dad, what's been going on in your world?
You can see some of it. Some of it's in front of you uh, in my RC world. Other than that, my kids have been home. They were home this past week. They were home all this week. So we got some water park adventures coming up. Different things going on this next week. Um, and I'll just be trying to. In the meantime, I'll be building cars and building an RC course, a crawler course. So.
Excellent. Sounds like you're in for a good time. The water park sounds great. It's been hot up here in Oklahoma. Getting into the pool, hitting the water park sounds like a great time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Our pool here at my house, it stays at a constant 94, 95 degrees. So,
Ooh,
uh,
that's toasty.
yeah, it gets warm in there, man. Our pool is hot. And it's not a small pool, but it's in the sunlight almost
Hmm.
all day until about
That'll do
five
it.
o'clock. So,
That's like bath water.
it's warm. It's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're out
So,
there watching, drop a message in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're checking in. Let us know where you're at. So I've been working last couple days. I've got tomorrow off to work on some tiny trucks, and I know we're both going to be working on the same model truck pretty soon. I think you messaged me that you got yours on the way, don't you?
yes, mine will be here tomorrow.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to seeing what your thoughts are.
Yeah, so we talked about that, and since I'm going to be judging, I'm not actually building a rig for the competition, but I'm building one so I have a baseline of what I expect out of it. So I may not exactly follow all the rules. I may build it to my liking.
I
That
think you
way, I
should.
have something I really can judge for, like big. I think it'll help me more if I just go ahead and build it the way I want to build it,
Hmm.
and then judge y'all's.
Yeah. So for anybody that's watching that has not been following on Instagram, first, why not? Second, Joe Gunn RC challenged me to a budget brushed build off using the JJRC C8809, which is a TRX4M clone, but it has this cool looking Cherokee body on it. So this is still stock, but I did do the panel lines, colored those in with the Tamiya panel line accent color. Just helps those panel lines pop. So I'll be doing a review on the stock truck, and all my parts for the budget build off are coming in by Tuesday. So then I'll do another video upgrading this thing before it goes off to be judged. And Dad has graciously volunteered to be the judge for this little budget build off.
Yeah, so what I've kind of been working on my crawler course a little bit and trying to come up with some good loops and with some good lines mixed in those loops. A little bit of side hill, some ledges to climb,
Excellent.
some
Put them through
notches
their
to
paces.
cross. There's going to be a good mix in this, and I'm going to take each truck and kind of hit each obstacle and learn each truck and learn how to crawl each truck, because you can pick up one truck and it crawls one way and pick up another truck and it crawls a totally different way. And so
Yes, absolutely.
part of it's going to be running some batteries through each one and having a real understanding of the ins and outs of the trucks. And by the end of it, I think I'll know them. And be able to make a good judgment on them. Now, is it just 2 trucks coming to me, or is there 3?
There's going to be at least 3. So I'm doing one. Joe's doing one. My buddy Shane, who is technically on Instagram but is never really on Instagram, he's Octocrawler. He's
Okay.
going to be building one, and possibly Tall Paul from SRQ RC. I
Okay.
think that's the right handle.
Okay. And if
He
anybody
might
else is
join us.
watching this, hit up RC_crawling and get a list of the rules. Find out which truck it is again. Tell them what truck it is again that we're using.
It's a 4M clone, so search AliExpress or Amazon. I got this off Amazon. It's the JJRC C8809. It's this Cherokee, comes in 4 different colors: green, gray, white, and blue. But we're keeping stock body, $175 budget, excluding radio, receiver, and battery. But then 175, do what you want to it. Dremel work is free. Paint is free. 3D printed parts have to be valued at what you could purchase them um, through Etsy or something similar. Since not everybody has a printer, um, we just decided to make that 3D printed um, valuation rule to help keep it
The
fair,
issue
and
with
it's got to
that
stay brushed.
is everybody knows somebody that has a printer.
Yes. Yep, I've got a printer. It's not functioning at the moment, but yeah, we just decided
Join the
to
club.
make, yeah, we just decided to include 3D parts as a expense, just in case anybody out there
I
doesn't
got
have a
you.
printer or access to a printer.
That makes
But I think
sense.
it'll be
Makes sense.
fun. I've been pleasantly surprised driving this little stock rig. Lithium ion, which is not great. It will run a 2S. Um, I think it was coincidence, but I was running one of my older 2S batteries in this and went to charge it. It wasn't too low, but that battery puffed afterwards. The similar battery in age that I had also puffed a few weeks ago, so I think it was just their time. Have you had a battery puff on you yet, Dad?
Uh, my battery puffs every night, but
Really?
not that. I get tired and puffy every night. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I have not really had a battery get puffy on me. I was
We've got
that's
Joe
the
Gunn
only.
in the chat. Joe, we've just been talking about the budget build off. Dad is building his own just so he's familiar with what he's going to be judging. Yeah, I've had 2 batteries puff on me in the last maybe month. Plugged them into the charger and it seemed like
What
they were
charger
taking
are you
too long.
using?
I need to upgrade it. It's been working. It's all right. It's the Electron Eco Power charger. It's okay. High on my list is a better charger than this, but it's worked for 2 years without any fires yet. But keep an eye on your batteries when you're charging them because that's been my experience.
I gotcha. I always put my batteries in a lipo bag when I charge, and unless I'm
Mhm.
outside. If I'm outside, I don't care. But I normally put my batteries in a lipo bag for the charging, and
Yep.
I use a pretty nice charger. I can't tell you off the top of my head what the name of it is, but
If you don't have a lipo bag, get you one. But yeah, I'll hit you up on what charger you're using because I do need to get something better than that Eco Power. And Joe's here to steal ideas. Well, Joe, I'm sorry to say I don't have my parts yet, so even with low self control, I can't show what I'm. I think you're out of luck. Dad, tell us about the rigs that we're looking at tonight. I know these are some ones that we've not seen before.
Um, this is the coupe Raptor chassis with a Sequoia body on it. Painted to match my daily driver.
It's such a good looking truck, and it does match your daily driver perfect.
Where's that? So, what I'm working on now with this truck, before I put a receiver in it and start driving it, if I find a battery, hold on, let me look around, see if I have a battery in here. Yeah, I know where one is. Nope. Where's that dang battery? Okay, here's one. I am working on. Oh, I'll never find that one. Shit. Hi, Kitty. I hear you in there, Kitty.
I
That
couldn't
kitty
tell if
wants some
that was
attention.
a cat on my end because I've got 5 cats plus fosters.
That is one. That is on your end for sure. But working on these lots for this one. Uh, I've got
Oh, nice.
4 amber lights in the front of it. So trying to get that done. Uh, that's on my
How do you
list
hook
of
up
to
your
finish
lights?
up.
Do you solder or do you crimp connectors?
Both, both. It just
Yeah.
depends
Okay.
on, you know, if I'm real short on room, like I'll get in and like trim everything down and solder everything up and make it look right. But like on this one, I soldered too, but then I just wrapped it all up with shrink wrap.
Hmm.
So I the yellow and black runs were solid runs, and I tied my white lights in with them. But I stripped that back and then soldered the other lights to the other run.
Yeah, I need to do that on my Scout. I recently added a roof rack to it, and I just need to tie in the lights on the roof rack with the stock headlights and taillights so I can control everything from the radio.
Pretty, I'm pretty stoked about this truck. This has been fun to
I
crawl
love
with
that
today.
thing.
I got it. I started crawling with it yesterday and got a little bit, and then today I really got going with it, and it's a fun little truck to crawl with. It really mimics, because it's the exact wheelbase, I guess, this truck,
Hmm.
but it outcrawls this truck because of the wider axles.
Okay, what axles are you running on the new
Um,
one?
on the new one, they're Mia's V2s,
Okay,
and this one
I
has
would like to
tip.
try the V3s.
I've got I've got 4 sets sitting here right now. I'm
Nice.
running. I'm gonna run. These are V3s that I'm gonna run on this rig,
Hmm.
and
Everybody needs a
then
donk. That's going to be so
those.
cool.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun rig. Uh,
They
it's
look
not gonna be real
ridiculous, but
capable,
they
but
can actually be capable. So I'm excited to see it.
we'll see what happens with it. I'm gonna run it on a. I still can't decide what chassis I want to. I think I'll run it on my one of my Carnage chassis. I've got a couple of Carnage XLs, so I'll probably run it on one of
That'd be
those.
a good choice.
Um, I've got another Hilux body that just came in, and I've got a scheme paint. I found a truck on the internet I want to copy, a 1-to-1 truck, and I just want to make a replica of it. And so I'm gonna run the V3s on it. So I've got a black set of V3s, 2 black sets, and then I bought a purple set of V3s to run on a Mamba chassis that I'm about to cook up.
Nice.
So
I do love a purple set of axles. I've
yeah.
got some purple V1s underneath the Beetle.
And then this truck was a C10 last week. It was a C10 that I'd painted a stock body of. And then I was sitting here looking at this truck and I was like, wait a second.
That's
That,
That
that
works.
was a
Looks good.
perfect on that. And so there we are.
Yeah, some things are just meant to be. That looks perfect.
I think it's going to work. I kind of bent the skids to kind of to better match the body. If I can make my uh, a set of WT micro skids work on this, I'm going to, or not WT
Is that a
micro, but
stock chassis rail that is I'm seeing under there?
no, it's a Mias chassis,
Oh, okay.
Mias titanium chassis.
Nice.
So maybe my WT micro rails will go on here. I don't know. I'm gonna look at it and see if I can make them work. That because that'd be
Honestly,
nice.
that's at least half the fun for me is just tinkering and building and going out and trying it, see if it works.
Absolutely. So that's that, and then I think I think we've seen this truck on here. Pretty sure. Have we
Maybe I
seen
don't
this?
remember. That is a good looking truck. Just a nice simple pickup with a cab on the back. Everyone should have one. Yeah, nice magnetic removable.
No, it's not magnetic. Even it's just snap in. It's made to
Oh,
snap
really?
in. Yeah, it just it pressure fits.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, and I mean this is obvious. This is a Lurco paint job. This one here. Um, and he is the master of these Hilux trucks. Every
Yeah,
one of
he
them that I've
is.
seen him do is just unreal.
I
So
might
that
need to get Lurko to paint one for me one of these days.
now this one here is Radio Control Junkie. Did this one?
It's a good looking truck. And you nailed the tire choice on that. The red hubs on the front, just everything about that looks right.
Where is it? There. I can't get used to doing this backwards.
Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it? But yeah, it's such a good looking truck. Those are those Mickey Thompsons.
No, well, these are the Endura crawler tires. So I think they're kind of a Mickey Thompson knockoff,
I
but
think they are.
that's an Endura tire. I've got
It's a good looking tire.
with super soft inserts in the front and softs in the back. So
What inserts are you running on those? Because you turned me on to somebody I was not familiar with recently, and I've got some inserts on the way for the Scout.
yeah, I turned you on to Logan. Logan
Yeah,
has he has some inserts headed my way, and then I just ordered every insert that he just came out with that I didn't already have. So uh, I've got a bunch of inserts coming from him, and then I'm just going to do a bunch of testing with them and let him know what I think about them, and we'll go from there. But I'm excited to work with Logan on those.
yeah,
Did you? Yeah, there he is.
yeah. I just pulled it up. logs.rcs is Logan. I've got some tires or some not tires inserts coming
Inserts.
also for the Scout, and I'm excited to help provide some feedback and just test out a new insert.
Absolutely. And
I
then
don't see that he's got
Logan,
a photo of his insert.
we're going to get Logan on here with us to talk more about it uh, as soon as he's available and we're available. So our schedule will change. We may go back to back weeks if you can next week. I don't have kids next Sunday. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, I think I should be free.
Or no, it goes. No, I'm wrong. I do have them next Sunday. We go back. It'll be next. It'll be 2 weeks for me,
Okay.
and then
Yeah,
I don't have
we'll stick with
kids.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and then I won't have kids that Sunday night.
So
So
on the screen, we're seeing Logan's stories, and he's got 63 millimeter soft inserts, and there is no roll on that tire. So I'm excited to try those.
that, and he's just came out with the 63 millimeter Patagonia insert.
Nice.
Excuse me, for the rounded tire.
Uh huh.
Let me grab.
Very
Let me
cool.
grab some. Hold on. Excuse me.
Yeah. I've typically stuck with 60 millimeters or smaller on the SCX 24s, even on my 18s. I don't have any nearby, but I am going. These are 60s on the budget build on 1.3s. I'm going to go to 1.0s and smaller than 60s on my budget build. So even on the 18s, I tend to stick with smaller tires. I guess I'm a big fan of the tiny tire gang.
This is the Patagonia in a 63, and the way it's a rounded tire,
Uh huh.
he's he just did a rounded insert to go in it, just
Oh,
for
right
this
on.
tire.
Very
So
cool.
I've got some of those coming. I really like these 63 Patagonias though. Let me find what what truck? This truck, put them on it, and it worked out.
I
Move some
can't
stuff
believe you got
around.
63s on a Tacoma. That's crazy to me.
No, it sits up. I mean,
It does
it's a,
sit a little tall.
I mean, it sits up.
My Tacoma is still on an FMS chassis, and I think I'm running like 48s. I can't see. Let me turn this light on.
And I don't. The only place I trimmed was right in here. That's the only trimming I did,
Nice.
just to clear that tire.
Yeah, these are the RC four-wheel drive Thornbirds. Yeah, they're about 48s. And even
Yeah,
these,
there's.
I had to do some trimming just a little bit on the front end here to clear the 48s. But I think this deserves an SCX 24 swap. It's such a good looking body. And the FMS 2 speed is nice, but I don't want to mess with trying to go brushless on an FMS 2 speed transmission.
Right, I hear that. Let's see what else. I've got another. This truck has 63 Patagonias on it. I
That's
stole the
perfect look
servo
for
out of
that
this
truck.
dude.
That's beautiful build. Although I will say, you need to go put some dirt on those tires. They look too clean.
Uh, because of uh, rock locks. Rock lock.
Yeah, how do you like that stuff? I've not tried it yet. I'm trying to find a budget version, so I started with $1.88 Flarp noise putty, and it works all right. But I'm going to keep
And that
searching.
that stuff's perfect. The rock locks is no different. I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. It was similar to one of those kid slime things.
but I mean, it gets your tires clean, clean, clean. The other stuff that
Yes.
you know, the stuff that you can buy for like detailing cars
Uh
at
huh. Uh huh.
Walmart in the detail section, it's the same
Yes.
stuff as that.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of GAC for those that are old enough to remember Nickelodeon GAC.
Or what do they call it now? Slime.
Yeah, slime. Yeah, the Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah. You could probably make your own, to be honest with you.
I was thinking about that. Get some borax and Elmer's glue, I think it is.
Yep. Yeah. Some food coloring. Yeah.
Hmm. I like finding those cheap workarounds. And Joe says he hadn't done brushless on an FCX 24M, but on a regular FCX 24 and 18, it's easy. Yeah, I imagine it is. Um, the FCX 24M is a combo ESC and receiver. Um, but I've got a FlySky GT5 coming, so maybe I'll just start converting that to brushless with the new radio.
Oh, did you order a GT5?
I did order a GT5 finally. I have just about worn out my GT3. If I shake it, the servo in the truck also wiggles. So I think I've almost worn out the potentiometer in the controller, which is, I'm quite impressed. I'm proud of that.
Good. I'm glad you
Plus, I
got a
just hate,
GT5. You'll like that. I've,
yeah, I hate the
you know,
GT3. I ordered it when I was new to the hobby. It's like 3 channels, fine. And it's orange. I like orange. I hate the way that it's shaped. I don't like the feel in the hand. Just it's been fine, but I'm excited to move on to the GT5.
and I have Nobles, and I still like my go-to now is my GT5. So
It's good
that's
enough and it's simple. So I'm a big fan of simple and easy to use.
absolutely.
And yeah, Joe, the brushless in second gear is fast. I got the FCX10 LC80 OVR and put an 1800 kilovolt brushless motor in it. I'm a little scared. I think it could probably hit 45 in a straight line, but I can't keep it upright long enough to get a real speed on it. So, Dad, speaking of fast trucks, what are your thoughts on the Spec SCT? Let me see if I can pull
I'll
that
let
up.
you know in a couple weeks when mine gets here.
Okay, so you have ordered one.
I did. I ordered a brushless one last week, the end of last week maybe.
Yeah, I'll be
And
ordering one soon once I get the SCX30 Red Cherokees off to their new home.
nice.
Let me try to share my screen real quick. I think we showed this last week, but for anybody that's not aware, Hobby Plus 124th 2-wheel drive spec short course truck. Brushless comes in 2 colors, orange or blue, and they say it'll hit 20 miles an hour out of the box, which is pretty quick for such a little thing. And Ken from the Shop Mini RC did a review and found that SCX 24 bodies will be real easy to convert. So I built one of these teal C10s, gave it to a friend, and I've missed it. I picked up another body. I don't like rebuilding the same truck, so I think this might go on a spec SCT, and I've got stock wheels and tires for it still. I might just see if I can build a Go Fast Sleeper C10.
Heck yeah. I
Either
have
way,
a
it'll be fun to have a little Go Fast truck.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I have a Forerunner body, the neon yellow Forerunner that I painted up. That I'm gonna,
That's going to be so sick.
yeah,
How can you not build an independent front suspension Forerunner?
yeah, yeah. So I'm excited for that. It'll be cool. See, see what we get with that. But that truck should be here in the next week or two, and uh, I'm sure I'll get on it as soon as it gets here because it'll be a change of pace and yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it'll be some variety, something different.
for sure.
We were talking earlier before the show, and you had mentioned the SCX24. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
of course.
SCX24 transmission that is an SCX30 transmission adapted for the SCX24. It's kind of a out secret, but
Yes.
Enjora is working on that. I don't find any pictures, but Cape Crawlers on YouTube has done a review on it. So go check that out. I'm excited for that. I know there's a small independent creator that came up with a 3D printed version first. But I'm excited
Well,
to
and all he
have.
came up with was a skid
Yeah, it was a
to
skid that
adapt
allowed
a
you.
transmission, an SCX 30 transmission to it. But the
Right.
SCX 24 transmission is a ground up copy of it. But you're going to have SCX 24 output shafts,
Yes, it solved some of
so
those
30
problems.
output shafts, and it's going to mount up to a stock skid, I believe. I
Yes,
believe
I
it's
think
stock style
so.
skid. It's going to mount to a stock style skid. So
Yes.
that's going to open up a world of options on forward weight. So I want to do one of these Jeeps with that
Yeah.
transmission.
Yes.
And
This Datsun has been sitting for too long, and I need to just get the rest of the parts for it. Transmission is one of the bigger remaining pieces to add to it, and maybe that SCX30 style transmission will be perfect for this. Forward weight, low profile. If I decide to put an interior, it would fit. So I'm excited for the scale adaptability of that transmission and the forward weight bias for the performance improvements that you could get on performance rigs.
absolutely. So speaking of, this is the next transmission I'm going to try out. I don't know whose original design this is, but Hot Team is offering this one on Amazon. It's cheap. Uh, but I really like that one. I'm going to run that one, see what I can get to run forward. And I was just kind of comparing other transmission heights. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is a Honor transmission, and it's as low as it, just as low as that transmission, maybe a little bit lower. That gear may stick up higher than that case. Uh, Here is a Big Kid Tiny Truck transmission, and it definitely is lower than it.
Yeah, because on that big kid tiny truck, you're mounting the motor on top of everything.
Exactly. So that may be my go-to transmission, and it's on Amazon. I was pretty excited about that when I got it out of the package, and it's like, wow, that really is low. Like,
That is cool. That is a nice looking transmission, and I like that it's adaptable for different types of motors. Since you've got those slots, it makes setting your gear mesh easy. It just forward or rear facing motor mount. It's a good design.
yeah, and just two holes. There's not a third hole on this one. It'll go, but yeah, forward or backwards, it doesn't matter. So I'll see what we get out of this transmission next.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So what else we got going? I know I have some other builds cooking right now. What do I got? Nothing in here. I have another WT Micro, a panel wagon, coming this next week, maybe sometime. I think,
Nice.
yeah. And so trying to figure out what wheels I'm going to run on it.
Yeah, speaking of wheels, I made the mistake of just just for fun seeing how these uh, little guy racing part wheels look on the 4M clone. So Joe, this is a secret. I ordered the same wheels and spent more than for the budget build off on wheels, which I wasn't going to do, and I did it. But I'm not sorry. It's going to look sweet.
Oh, yeah,
So
there's
I'm kind of thinking this might turn into a bronze and green themed build. We'll see. I'm not entirely sold on that, but there's a lot of real estate here that I could do some custom paint work on. So we'll see what it
so
turns
your body
into.
work doesn't cost you any money, right? You don't have to pay for your paint.
No, paint we're excluding paint. Dremel work is free, of course. Got to run the stock body. But yeah, paint work is
Right.
free because we've all got paint laying around at this
Hey,
point.
do those windows pop? Do those windows come out, or are
Probably.
they like
Let
melted
me.
in there?
I think they would come out. Let me pop this off real quick. Oh yeah, they're screwed in, so it'd be real
Okay.
easy to pop those out if you wanted to do different color windows or something different.
Yeah.
And unlike Axial, this off-brand company cut out the center of the windows. Do that yourself,
Oh,
which I'm mainly
yeah.
complaining about the 30s because Axial didn't do that, as you can see. But otherwise, underneath, this is basically a TRX 4M. So TRX 4M parts will fit. The axles are different than a stock 4M, as I know the steering link is a different width than the stock 4M steering length. But I'm not changing that, so I don't have to worry.
But all 4M parts will swap onto it.
Yes, is my understanding. I'll find out
Okay.
soon because I
I guess
did
I'll start
order.
finding out tomorrow.
I did order crawler gears for a 4M, and it looks like they'll fit in this transmission. I looked at pictures of 4 transmissions compared to what's in here, and I think it's the same.
Okay. Well, good. I know I have some crawler gears at home, like here somewhere. Uh, Somewhere I've got some crawler gears. I know I've got a set of ISO 4M ISO axles too. The
Oh,
Midas
yeah, that'll be a big upgrade. I'm leaving
4M
stock
axles.
axles to work within the budget, but Joe and I have talked, and we both think we're going to continue building our chair. God, the tires on this stink. They smell so bad. Anyways,
Ugh,
uh,
don't-
both of us have agreed that we want to continue building this after the competition, uh, just
Yeah.
just to see what it can actually do with all the things you'd normally do to a crawler.
Okay.
So Joe says the axles are wider than 4M axles. So I wonder. I've got X15s on this SCX24. Oh yeah, the X15s are more narrow than the JJRC. So yeah, quite a bit wider than the stock. The X15s are 4M axles, basically made for the SCX24.
See.
What else is new in the crawling world? I know we had talked about the SCX 30/24 transmission. And the spec SCT is crawler adjacent, I would say. Oh, yes. The Universal Rock collab with Van DeWitt of Micro Crawler Club. We have not talked about that, and that looks very exciting. Let me pull that up real quick.
Here's a 4M ISO compared to an X15. You see that?
Yeah.
So that's probably the width I'm going to want. If I go,
Yeah, the X15s and a 4M axle, I believe, are the same width.
and so that ISO is going to be just a bit wider.
Just a little bit. Yep.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, that'll be great. Let me go ahead and share my screen because Van is down in Texas right now, kind of in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, about an hour and a half, about an hour and 20 minutes from me to Universal Rocks.
Uh huh. And Van has been helping design I think this one is the 4-foot tabletop course that they are going to use as a mold to make the Universal Rocks version of this crawler tabletop course, which is super cool. I'm glad to see that they are really pulling out all the stops on getting into the crawling market. That looks like an SCX 30 on that little tabletop course. That's going to be
So they're
so
doing
much
two. They're
fun.
doing a 4 foot designed for 30s and a 6 foot for 24s.
I think I might need one of each.
Exactly. Or two of each and set them end
There
to
you
end,
go.
or set them
Right?
side by side, because they're going to wrap down over the edges of the table. You're going to buy
Uh
this
huh.
4 foot or 6 foot table, and it's going to sit and wrap around like
Oh, just
it's going
basically
to.
like a drop on.
Yeah,
That's super sweet.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's
if
lots
you
of good
if you
lines on
did
there.
if you got two of the tabletop, two of the toppers, you seriously could just put one up to the next like a continuous course.
Well, I think I know where I'm going to have to budget to
Oh
pick up a
yeah,
couple of those.
yeah. Line your walls with
That's
tables with.
right. Yeah, that's going to be super cool. Keep an eye out on Micro Crawler Club and Universal Rocks for updates on those. Hopefully, those will be available for purchase soon. I don't know if you've heard a timeline. I have not.
Uh, so they have a distribution. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um, they have a distributor now for their microcrawler line.
Oh, cool. I had not realized that because I purchased mine from them directly.
Yeah. So uh, somebody asked about a pre-sale, and he said that will be up to their distributor. So, and it may just be on this product.
Yeah, it might be. So
Yeah, I'm not
we'll
real
just keep
sure.
watching. We'll share what we find out in 2 weeks with everyone.
I'm sure we'll find out pretty quick because I mean,
Yeah.
this is a product that it's proven that it doesn't take them long to get them out. So,
No, they've been doing this for like 20 years, creating the natural rock uh, for landscaping and interior design. And they realized that um, they already have something that works perfect for RC crawlers. So they've kind of expanded their market, um, realized there was a whole untapped market for their existing product, which is cool to see them continue to develop that for crawlers because there's definitely a need out there for tabletop sorts of crawling courses.
absolutely. I mean, that's where we crawl. Like,
I've got their mammoth course, and I I crawl on that thing all the time. I drag it inside and outside. I drag it to the living room. I drag it here into the crawler room. It's just so easy to move around. It's than 20 pounds, so you can just pick it up and carry it wherever you need to.
I've got two mammoths, and I incorporate them into my crawler courses.
Uh huh. Yeah,
I
Adam's
mean,
done that on his backyard course. Just leaves it outside. Is that they're weatherproof essentially? They're not going to fall apart. That's what they're designed to do.
and it lets
So
me change up my course every once in a while.
exactly.
Like Tired of hitting the same line over and over. All right, let's flip it the other way around, and it's a whole
Mm-hmm.
different. It's a whole different ball game.
Yep.
Going up lines
They're
that you were
spendy,
going
but
down.
yeah, those Universal Rock courses are a bit spendy, but if you've ever bought real rock, it's really not bad. So if you're looking for a home course, price out a pallet of rock versus a couple sheets of the Universal Rocks, and I think Universal Rocks is going to win every time.
Rocks are expensive once people start moving them. When you buy
Yes,
them straight out
exactly.
of the field they were dug up out of, they are cheap as dirt because
Yes,
they don't want to move them. You know, you
yes,
show up
exactly. If
somewhere
you,
where they're about to do some dirt work and you know there's rocks there, show up with your trailer and tell them, hey, can I have rocks? They don't want to haul them because all of the
exactly,
markup in rocks, like all you're paying for is the transportation of the rocks because they're
precisely.
big, bulky, and heavy. And yeah, so look for somebody doing dirt work and show up with a trailer and be like, I'll take all the rocks that I can get. And they will
Yes,
let you have them.
you'll get more than you could ever want. I've done
Yeah, I
that a few
swear,
times. I've
they
seen
will
some
let you
housing
have
additions.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seen some housing additions going up, and they just bulldoze all the rocks into a pile. So I just stop, grab a couple, load them up in the back of the car, and head on because I know they're not going to miss them. They're a
Yeah.
nuisance that they're going to have to get rid of.
Yep. Take them home, wash them, and they're good as gold.
Yep. So we're approaching an hour. We're about 47 minutes in. Um, it's been kind of quiet as far as new releases in the RC world recently. I think the RC companies are probably waiting for some late summer releases and then into the Christmas releases. But I also feel like we've been spoiled with lots of new releases in the last couple years. So many that it's been hard to keep up with.
Absolutely. Man, you got to figure something's coming from Axial soon.
Their big hit was the SCX30s, which have taken off, rightly so, because they're wonderful trucks out of the box. The aftermarket has really supported them well, which I'm glad to see. So I would not be surprised if we get a new body or two for the SCX30 later this year. I don't
Like a
have any
deadbolt.
special
Could you
knowledge,
see?
but
Could you
I
see
bet
like
we'll see something.
a deadbolt 30?
That would be sweet. They did retire a 24 deadbolt, so see the deadbolt continue to live. Maybe I do not have a 24 deadbolt, so if they do an SCX30 deadbolt, I think I'm on board.
Yeah, like a little lightweight, Lexan body 30,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, that'd
geared
be super
towards
cool.
like a, yeah, I could see that. Uh, and then, so they did the C10, they re released the C10. Are they
Uh
about to
huh.
just start re releasing the rest of them one at a time?
They could potentially. Man, a
Well, I'm ready.
SCX30 Toyota, that would be sweet if they just shrink down the Forerunner body to a 30 size. That'd be really cool. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, a 34 runner would be sick.
Mm-hmm. Can't have too
I
many
don't.
Forerunners.
I really don't like Toyotas that much. If you hadn't noticed,
Yeah, I can't tell. It's your daily. You're recreating your daily. There's an FJ sitting right there. Yeah, clearly not a Toyota fan.
uh,
I think more than half of my crawlers are Toyotas. So right there with you.
I think there's 10 right here within an arm's reach. So yeah,
Yep. In this house, we celebrate Toyotathon.
heck yeah. But what's up with you this week? You get to crawl tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow. I need to shoot my stock review of this thing, and then I'll start wrenching on it in the week. Once all the parts arrive by Tuesday, most of them are coming tomorrow. So before they get here, I need to start shooting the stock review, or it's never going to happen because I'm going to throw parts on it. Um, yeah, I want to get that out. Want to do an update with the budget build, and then send it off to you. Joe might be getting his YouTube channel up and going with this budget build. I don't know if Joe's still out there, but he had mentioned getting his YouTube channel up and going finally, and using this JJRC as the launching point. God, I'm so ready to get rid of those tires. When you get yours, tell me if you think it smells bad, because that's the worst
What does
thing
it
about
smell
this.
like?
It just
Can you
smells
tell
like
first?
cheap rubber. These tires suck. They're too stiff. They look good. They look nice on the truck, but out on the rocks they don't grip. That you just hop, and they just smell like cheap rubber, which is what they are. So when you get yours, let us know if it
What is
smells
good?
as bad to you.
What does good rubber smell like?
I don't know, but
Not bad.
this doesn't have much of a smell on the what are these J concepts? It
Yeah, but those
doesn't really much of
those
a
are
smell.
broken and old. They probably smell like red dirt.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
Patagonia is fresh out of the bag. Smells sweet.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah. And these do
sweet with
not.
a lingering must.
No, this smells like a tire fire. Is what it smells like.
Oh, that's
And
great.
Joe, your camera work is not as bad as you think. I mean, look how many followers you've got on Instagram. You must be doing something right.
Joe, I'm
And
horrible with the camera too. And anytime I try to one hand drive and film, oh
I can't do it.
no,
I
I
tried
can't
for
do it
so
either.
long until I found this thing which clamps onto the controller. And I just put my phone on there, so I just shoot from my controller.
How
And
do you
that's
find them?
let me go grab a controller.
But because if that doesn't work, there on Etsy, there's a guy that sells a little slide on thing for the GT5 that I use.
So this is just like a universal clamp.
Uh
And let
huh.
me center that. Ulanzi, $20 on
Okay.
Amazon. And I just clamp it to the remote, and then the phone sits out front. So then I'm just
Okay.
point and shoot while crawling. So still two hand driving, and just hold the remote down to get the shot that I want.
All right.
And
Can you
I've
see
not
your
found a
shot
remote that it
in
won't
the
clamp.
viewfinder?
I can see about half of it. So that's the only trick,
Okay.
is you can't see the full screen since I turn it around so the screen's facing me, but then you got that clamp across part of the screen.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're at 8:55. I'll take 75,000 hours of footage, a 15-minute reel. All
It
right.
does happen. Yeah, we're about at an hour. I think we've talked about all there is to talk about right now. Um, so I appreciate you joining us. Keep an eye out for the budget builds showing up on Instagram and YouTube. We are still doing the SCX30 giveaway. It is right now tied to hitting 500 subscribers on RC Crawling on YouTube, and we are just 15 subscribers away from triggering the giveaway. So tell your friends, grab your spouse's phone, grab your friend's phone, subscribe them to RC Crawling, and throw it in the ocean after that. I don't care. But once we hit the 500 mark, we're giving away one of two SCX 30s to choose from.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yes, it's going to be fun. I painted them. They look good. I know you built them up right, so they're going to be one of a kind paint job with performance parts to back them up.
It will be. They're great. They're great little rigs. So I haven't sent them to you. It's been 2 weeks and I haven't sent them to you.
No
Uh,
worries. We've still got 15 people to drag into this nonsense before we turn one of those loose.
this week I'll get it. I've got. I'll load the kids up and go to the pub. We got to go to the grocery store anyway, next door to the post office tomorrow. So we'll uh we'll go by the post office tomorrow. I'll,
Sweet. I would love to
I'll
drive
get
them
them.
now that they've got good parts underneath.
Absolutely. We'll get them boxed up and sent to you tomorrow.
Excellent. I'll get some footage out there. Start promoting that thing since we're
Yeah,
getting
I saw
close.
that Cryptid RC she's doing a 30 SCX 30 ready to run
Oh,
giveaway.
really? I need to go check
Yeah,
that
so
out.
watch Crypt. Yeah, uh, I think Megan. Megan. She's doing
I don't
a
remember.
yeah. Go check her out. Go check her big giveaway out. I don't know if it started yet or if she's just announced it, but it's coming. It's in the works.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about the RC community. Just everybody wants to give back to the community. That's how I got this rig. It was a giveaway. This is a Mini Mayhem painted and built rig that was sponsored by, I think, Fernie's RC. But there's the Mini Mayhem sticker underneath. So this was a ready to run giveaway. I'm super surprised to win it, but it's a great little truck.
Absolutely. I love that truck. That's a cool truck. Is that a
You
hot
need to
runner
drive it.
body?
Yeah, it's a Haunt
Is that
Runner
what you
body
said?
with the C. Yeah, Haunt Runner body, the C1 Haunter chassis. Uh, I believe 36 millimeter shocks,
Oh,
Furatech brushless system, uh,
I need to
small
finish that.
Patagonias, some 1552 tires or wheels, and an LGRP trimmer servo. So it's got all the right parts in the right
Which
place.
wheelbase is that?
C10,
Okay.
so 133.
All right.
I should send it to you because I think you'd enjoy driving it. That flat
I
skid
want to drive
just
it with
changes
this one.
all the usual lines.
This is the same truck, but in the Seabolt.
Okay. Yeah, Seabolt is a great wheelbase. I really enjoy driving a Seabolt.
Yeah, I'm starting to enjoy it more and more.
And
But
the Datsun, I've got the chassis and links for it. It's going to be a dead 90. I think it probably needs the Mias V3s because I like the look of the V2s. And now that they've added that little angled piece on the front diff, I think that's going to help performance quite a bit.
which chassis are you going to put under that?
That is a Tilted Tomsky hand cut original.
Okay.
So I tried it with the um, Gladiator links, and it needs shorter front links. So I think Dead 90 will keep the 155 wheelbase, but give the shorter front links, which this chassis needs. As you can see,
That'll be cool. That's a
there's not a
hitchhiker,
lot.
right? Is that what he calls that? The hitchhiker?
I don't know what he calls it. He might call it the hitchhiker. At the time that he sent it, it was just one of his hand cut chassis. So it could be an early hitchhiker prototype.
I don't know why I thought I just was thinking that's what he called it. I don't know.
He might. And I think he might have a truck going to 24 Yep for the $150 SCX 24 budget build off. And I think that's going to be happening over the next few weeks to months.
Well, I think he started post. They've already been post. Like I think they're already due.
I think they're on
So
the website. Yeah. And we
yeah.
just haven't seen any of the driving footage yet.
So, but he only request. Did he request some of the trucks be
Yeah, I
sent to
think
him?
he had to narrow it down to like 10 to 15 out of a couple hundred that built a truck for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So we've whittled away another hour just chatting about tiny trucks. So I think it's about time to wrap it up. I'm looking forward to seeing what your smell test is of the JJRC truck, and looking forward to
Ooh.
seeing what you can do all your parts laying around that, and you're not restricted to the 175 budget. But I think this is going to, after we're done with that, maybe an Enjoy Rover run is going to go in here.
Ooh. There's an idea.
Yes,
I don't. I had
Crimson is the way to
the
go.
very. I have one of the very first ones they released. The very first Rover run they released. I think
Uh
there's a
huh.
V2 out now. I
I
think the
think there is.
V1's burning up. Like,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
may
That
not use a
that
Rover
sometimes
run.
happens with the early adopters. I had that issue with an SCX 30 torque motor. Uh, at 70% throttle, it just freaked out. So got a replacement. That is one of the butter SMPs, isn't it?
No, that's a gold 4M Endura
Really?
Fat Viper. That may be what goes
Okay,
on.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, Fat Viper for
Okay,
4M.
yeah, I'd toss that in there. There's plenty of room underneath. There's no interior, so you got all sorts of room to play with under that body.
I had that sitting around. I was like, no, that may be what goes in there. So, fine.
I think that'll work.
I
I
think
think
I'm
you should do it.
pretty sure I have an ESC for that around here somewhere. So,
I bet you do. I bet you can find something in the parts bin.
yeah. The parts bin just it's bottomless.
That's right.
There's so many parts through the year and a half. Anyway, all right, let's wrap it up.
Yes. Yeah. So go crawl for fun. Be good to each other. Help newbies join the hobby. I have been on a rampage lately on Facebook on guys saying, well, you could Google that. Like, all right, they may not know what words to Google. So
Facebook sucks.
Facebook sucks. Be cool to each other.
Y'all have a good
Go crawl
night.
for fun. Have a good night. We'll catch up with you again in 2 weeks.
We keep it pristine. A crawler's a canvas, a dream machine. We paint stories, live in RC scenes.